So what if I were to say you that this photo right here had a lot of people right here, and by lot I mean this much. So we have removed everyone. So if you want to learn how to do that, stay tuned and let's get started. So the first thing you gotta do is go ahead, select the spot healing brush tool, which will be this. Shortcut is J, and you can go and find areas which are flat. So like this area right here, you can remove the object easily, just paint on it. And I'll just tell you the settings. The size is at 50 pixels, hardness is at 18%, and the spacing is at 17%. That's what works the best for me. And now you can just start removing things and people, just start painting on them. Alright, so right here you can see that this looks a bit weird. So there's something wrong right here. So what you can do is go to the clone stamp tool and sample one area by pressing the Alt or Option key, and then you can just paint on this area right here. Then you can just zoom in and sample this line, and now match it, and you can again sample it, and I think you can sample it like this. Yeah, so I think that's pretty good. And now you can go ahead, sample this area right here and just complete it. Alright, so this area is done. Alright, so I just imported the original picture to show you guys the before and after. So this is the before and this is the after. We have done it so far, and now I'll just do more. Just take the spot healing brush tool, zoom in and start painting. Alright, so right here you can see this area is very much crowded. So spot healing brush tool won't work here, so we have to go to the clone stamp tool, sample from this area and start painting. Yeah, so now you can see that there is one pattern repeating again and again. So you can go back to the spot healing brush tool and just paint on this pattern and it'll get vanished. And now you can get back to work. So guys, be sure that you zoom out and in as you work, because sometimes the things which look good to you while zoomed in completely mess up when you're zoomed out. So like you can see there's a big patch right here when I zoomed out. So we need to break the pattern. So for that, go ahead and take the healing brush tool and we'll just copy some patterns now. And we'll just make that. I'll just make the hardness a bit low, make the size 100, that's too big. Making it 45, you can just make some patterns. Take sample from this area, take sample from here, and now take back the spot healing brush tool and paint on it, paint on the areas to remove the patterns going on. Yeah, so that looks better. And now you have to remove people. So there's no shortcut to this, so you have to do some hard work right here to remove people. And if you're removing these many people, you have to do a lot of hard work. Now right here you can see there's a gap, so I'll go back to clone stamp tool. I'll take a sample from this area and just start painting. And to break the pattern, I'll just remove this area right here. And there are people here too. Actually this place is not that much required, so I'll just do the clone stamp tool. So you have to use different tools in the process of removing people to achieve the best results. Now I'll take the spot healing brush tool and paint here once, and I'll take the blur tool and I'll just blur this part a bit and just leave it. Now you can see we have removed many people from this photo. So this is the before and this is the after. It took me around, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes to remove that many people, and now you can go ahead and remove more people. I'm telling you guys, removing people from a photo is not an easy task. It requires too much patience, and sometimes you'll even go mad removing people. Alright, so right here there was supposed to be a crack, so I'll just make that crack real quick with the help of clone stamp tool. And that crack is supposed to go narrower, so you can just make the brush small as you go near. Now just make the brush a bit big, and let me just see the before and after. You can also do something like this, that just sample an area from here and just paint to remove the crack completely, and then just take the healing brush tool, the spot healing brush tool, and paint on this area. So you can see we just removed the crack completely. And why did I do that? Why didn't I just completely paint on this? That's because so that we get a flat color. Even this would work, but I like that one better because that gives better results. And this area is done according to me. You can go ahead, remove these people. This is gonna require a lot of time, so I'll just do that quickly. Alright, so right here there's a big group of people, and if you go ahead and remove them with spot healing brush tool like this, it's gonna do the job, but it's a bit messy. So for this case, I'll take the clone stamp tool, make it a bit big, and start painting. Alright, so we have removed quite a lot of people. Now I'll just go back to the healing brush, spot healing brush tool, and start removing more people. Alright, so I was doing something and I wanted to show it to you guys. So right here there's a patch of grass. So what do you think? A patch of grass would never be like that, right? It's like straight. So because I have removed people from there, so what you gotta do is take the clone stamp tool and just make some irregularities. What is happening with me? Make some irregularities, because if you make the photo look too perfect, it's gonna look fake. So now even right here you can just go ahead, take the clone stamp tool and make some irregularities. What is happening with me? Why am I not supposed, why am I not, wait, what is happening with me? Why am I not about, calm down, why am I not able to say irregularities? So I think this is good. No, I'll just make that, and now you can get back to work. Alright, so right here there's a man who is sitting on the staircase, and he's gonna be a pain to remove because you have to reconstruct the stairs. So I'll just leave him for a moment and I'll come back to it. Alright, so right here there's a big group of people, and I'm not able to sample any place from here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna remove the stairs from this area, and yeah, that's what it's called, photo manipulation, guys. Alright, so you can see I have removed the stairs and the people, so we can move forward. And this place looks a bit wide, so I'll just make it narrower. Alright, so I have worked a lot on this photo, and we have also removed many people, but the people which are remaining right here are this area. I'll just make this black. So the people which are remaining are in this area, and this area, and this area right here. That is the staircase. So these two staircase areas are gonna be handled later because they are one of the hardest, but this area right here can be handled really easily, and that is by just removing people using clone stamp tool. So as you can see, this is a lot of people. So what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and use the clone stamp tool and make them vanished. Alright, so now we have only these people right here, and these are on the staircase, and the photo is also pixelated. So what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and take the clone stamp tool, and first let's just remove the upper part of their body. And just manipulate this area right here. Just take the normal spot healing brush tool, remove some patches, and now that we have removed the top of their body, for removing the bottom you have to construct this stair. So for that I'll tell you an easy way. Just make your brush as big as the stair, the clone stamp tool brush, and just sample from this area and paint. So we have reconstructed the stair. It doesn't look that good, but it's fine. You can just paint on this area right here. And this looks pretty fine, and this area needs a lot of refinement because we have removed a lot of people from this area. You can just see. And I'll just take the patch tool and just make it source and remove some areas, and you get the idea. Alright, so this area is done now. Oh, this is something which you could be removing easily, and this guy right here, he's in the blue t-shirt or shirt, whatever you want to say. And for this photo, what I'm gonna do is take the clone stamp tool again, and I'm gonna reconstruct these stairs again. And now you would be thinking, why not just use the brush on these areas? And the reason is the brush makes it of good quality, and you want this picture to stay pixelated for it to look real. Let's see what I'm saying. So you can see that the brush is making it very much smooth, but the area is supposed to be pixelated like this. It's not supposed to be a one color. That's why we are not using the brush and we are using the clone stamp tool, so that it copies that area and put those pixels on this area. Alright, so this is the maximum work that can be done on this photo, and we have removed many people, as you can see. So we have removed many people and we have removed everyone. So I think that was pretty easy, guys. So if you liked it, just subscribe to the channel, go ahead. And this was just for the sake of the tutorial, but what I would personally do is I would not have done all this, but I would have just cropped this photo and it would have looked good.